An investigation is underway after a deadly shooting involving the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Police tell us that they responded to a mental distress call this morning where a 30-year-old man attempted to set a house on fire before confronting police with a knife. Our Zach Wilcox joins us live from where it happened. You can see right here on Buckman Street. And Zach, this all happened after police spent more than an hour trying to find the suspect.
Yeah, Heather, it all started about a mile south of where I am, where they were investigating that house fire, and they set up a perimeter looking for the suspect. And as you mentioned, took about an hour and a half looking for him. They were actually ready to break that perimeter down when ultimately a canine officer spotted him, and that's when the shooting took place up here. And we actually ran into the suspect's uncle, who was taking a drive through here because he wanted to see the scene firsthand right after police broke it all down.
My family has been going through a lot. And to lose him, it hurts a lot.
Cleve Gillis says Wednesday was always going to be a tough day for his family. It was the 5-year anniversary of his brother's death. Then he learned his sister-in-law called police, saying his nephew was going through a mental health emergency.
She wanted to help her son. That's not what she wanted.
Police were called out to 16th Street, where they say a house was set on fire.
The fire was extinguished, so nothing happened to the house. Those people are okay.
JSO Chief Alan Parker says officers set up a perimeter and searched for Gillis's nephew, who they believe set the fire. An hour and a half later, a canine unit found him. Parker says the officer told Gillis's nephew he was going to let the dog loose, and when the suspect ran, he followed him and stepped out of his car with his taser.
The suspect threatens him, pushes the knife out toward him twice, saying, "Get back, get back." So the officer engages, lets go of his taser, drops it in the street, and shoots him with his pistol.
My thing is, why you couldn't tase him? You know he had mental issues. Why you couldn't tase him?
First Coast News crime and safety expert Ken Jefferson, who has a background in law enforcement, addressed that concern.
You don't use non-lethal force against deadly force. A knife is not non-lethal. A knife can kill you. So you don't use a taser.
Gillis says he knew his nephew was going through something, but now he's facing the reality of coping with yet another loss.
Well, he was a good guy, and I'm gonna miss him.
And Chief Parker mentioned that the officer was never actually injured in the incident, although the knife was pushed his way, never actually cut him. In Talleyrand, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.
Zach, thank you. And the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office confirming this evening its mental health officers were on scene when police responded to the home on the east side, but JSO says those officers did not talk to the suspect. And Chief Alan Parker describes their role.
Trying to get background information, anything that'll help kind of end this peacefully, right? So at that point, that's their role. If this has not been a violent encounter, they do respond with the officers to talk to the person. But anytime there's a weapon involved, we're never going to put them in that situation.
So tonight, here's a look at where the total number of officer-involved shootings involving the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office stands as of today. According to JSO's Transparency Portal, there have been 13 total officer-involved incidents, including the one today. 9 have been deadly. In 2024, there were 8 officer-involved incidents, and the year before, JSO reports 13 total. We've previously asked JSO about trends in officer-involved shootings. At that time, the sheriff told us there is no trend.